All right, so I'm here with my buddies, and yes, they are doing some things that we don't want them to do, but we haven't really fully communicated not to. Now, a couple things. Anytime we have a dog that jumps up on us or jumps somewhere and we shove it away, the only time dogs really shove each other is when they're playing or mounting. So if we shove a dog away, we're intending to say, leave me alone. What we're actually saying is play with me and come back. So I'm going to go over off camera some escalating consequences you can use to disagree with your dog in a way that it's going to understand and respect more effectively. But what's going to happen is you're not even going to realize it. The dog's going to come in and you're just going to be petting your dog without you're watching TV, and the dog comes near and you just start petting the dog. It's not sitting. Didn't do anything for me. Oh, that was a good sit, sit, sit. I said good sit though, didn't I? So what happens is if one of you comes in and sees the other one is petting the dog, and the dog is either standing or even if it's sitting, and you're not sure if they asked the dog, it looks like a situation where maybe the dog just jumped up and you're not paying attention, you forgot the new rule, you say paycheck. And if you're petting the dog, all right, we'll use you, Ivy. So you come in, you say paycheck, I just immediately stop, paycheck, or sit, sit. So paycheck basically just means the dog didn't earn it. Now let's say that I asked Ivy to sit, then the guardian came in the room and said paycheck to me. I asked her to sit before you came in here, Mr. Boss Pants, and she's sitting down because I'm rewarding her for sitting. Well, that's correct, but at the same time, the dog sees that now we're not on the same page as humans. And dogs very much want to be part of the group. So if we argue about whether or not we ask them to sit, then that kind of tells the dog that we're not on the same page. So you simply throw your hands up, sit, sit. Asking a dog to sit another time is pretty easy, so it's not setting the bar very high. And the more that we practice that, the easier it becomes for them to sit in more challenging situations. Ivy has some leash aggression, and we're going to go through a technique in a little bit, off camera probably, where we're going to need her to be able to sit under a very strenuous, stimulating situation. If she hasn't practiced it in the most peaceful environment first, there's no way she's going to be able to do it in a more challenging situation, just like learning to drive. So I'm kind of getting a little bit off topic. So for this one, remember, if we hear somebody say paycheck, we immediately stop petting the dog, ask the dog to sit or lay down, pet it and say the word sit or crash or whatever your word is for lying down, and that's it. Now, you shouldn't pet your dog under any circumstances other than asking it to do it. You're going to do it at times. And if you just have a bad day and you want to pet your dog for an hour, you ask it to sit first, then you pet it for an hour afterwards. But we want to get into a habit of not asking the dog or not petting the dog unless it does something first. And I didn't ask either one of you guys to fart, but I know one of you did. Benefits of being a dog behaviorist. All right, so that's how we can help remember not to pet the dogs without a purpose.